My name is Christopher Life Willers, and in 2003, I was sentenced to 144 years in prison. Yes, you heard it right. 144 years in prison. True story. A lot of people ask me, and I guess I would probably ask myself, how the heck did you make it through that? And I spend a large amount of my time speaking just about that. I talk about my situation of incarceration. I speak about life after. I speak about mental health addiction. I speak about all these things. I speak about it with intention. And one of the intentions is to be a voice for my brothers, my sisters that may not have a chance to be a voice for themselves, man. What's good, man? You know what I'm saying? I continue to be focused on telling the truth about the situation. There's a lot of prison content creators. Shout out to them as well. We all tell the story in different ways. I'll just tell you that over here, I'm not watering down nothing. Right? I'm not always the fan fave. I'm not up here trying to get the views. I respect them and I appreciate them because at the end of the day, you guys are definitely taking your time out to watch the content. But overall, my goal is to educate the public about what prison is. Because depending upon which side of things you are, and it really doesn't matter, we should all be in agreement with one thing. Noah, what's good, man? We should want people to come home better and not worse. Even if you feel like your people will never go to prison, even if you feel like, it'll never happen to me, you should still want your people or whoever goes to prison to come home better than not worse, because they're coming home. They're going to be in your neighborhoods. You understand me? It's dad life for me. What's good, man? Shout out to the dads. You want people to be rehabilitated, but the truth of the matter is, and we know it's not just me saying it on my platform, you can just look at all the clips out there of what's really going on. So what we're doing is we're putting a voice behind this stuff, man. If y'all got questions specifically and you want to know the truth about something that goes on in prison, ask the questions. I would love to answer to the best of my ability. I don't know everything. Then different states vary, different systems vary, But also outside of this thing, I get to travel full time as a motivational speaker. I'm headed to Ohio not too long from now, back to Virginia to speak at some prisons. I've been to Maine, California, all these different places, learning about the system throughout. And not to mention, shout out to all the brothers and sisters that hit me up, that came home, you know what I'm saying? And they let me know the truth about the environment in there. I'm able to ask questions and learn more because I consider myself almost like a journalist of sorts when it comes to this thing, man. Somebody asked, wrong convictions happen all the time. They happen sometimes. I don't know about all the times. Over sentencing is more likely. Lone Wolf, do they really check paperwork? Nah, they don't really check. In VA, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? And somebody just they check online now. It's different, but I'm sure in certain states, as I've learned, they're still doing all that. And man, let me tell you something. In Virginia, because they didn't, it kind of it caused an issue sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm not supporting that type of thing, but what happened is individuals would join these organizations. You know what I'm saying? New Zealand, I see you. And they had questionable charges or whatnot, and nobody knew or checked. And then they found out 2 years later, and now this person done brought in 15 people into this organization, and it used to cause some issues, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Again, I'm not supporting this or that. I'm just telling you what happened when we was on the inside. Somebody said, how did I get all the way to 144? I got 144 years all suspended, but 19. I had to do 85% of that. I ended up doing about 16 years, 11 months for being a driver in a robbery. Driver in a robbery, man. My story's crazy. It's not, that's what it is, but hey, I would love for y'all to check out the play. I tell my whole story, man. Y'all could really, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a little bit more to it. But that's part of the motivation of why I get up here and tell my story, man. I was a young dude, 19. I hold myself accountable. I ain't doing all the boo-hoos and all that. It is, X. Most definitely. Thank you, everybody, for supporting 144 Prison Pain and the Pathway to Freedom. Indeed. Somebody said, were you allowed to order stuff from a vendor? Yeah, certain things, you know what I'm saying? In VA, they had the holiday pack, stuff like that. We could get books from certain places, but really nothing like too much outside of that, honestly. Appreciate that, X, man. We at 1.2 now. I wasn't even, see, I was over here. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm being honest with you. It's Monday. We're getting ready to go in 2026. I was talking about this before. I don't know what happened. We had some technical difficulties. Something happened. And I remember New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in prison. Oh my goodness. Very sad times. Like, you had the dudes that would party and all that. I wasn't trying to party with the bros in there. Me personally, not me. You know what I'm saying? I was always down with, like, break bread, eat a meal, but I wasn't trying to stay up to midnight with the bro. Like, if I was in the phone line to get on the phone, something like that. But all in all, man, oh my goodness. There was no worse feeling. Well, there was, but that was a bad feeling, at least for me. Y'all may not relate. Maybe that weren't something to you, but knowing that I was bringing in another new year behind the wall, it hurt every time, because especially when you there for some years. Any time is a long time, but let me tell you something. When you there 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12, 15 years, you know what I'm saying? That was serious, man. Serious. Somebody said they 19 facing 10 years in VA. Get a lawyer is my advice. Make sure you got a lawyer. Make sure you don't take it light. Be proactive. If you're still out there, get into some programs, volunteer in the community, build a positive profile right now for when you go in front of the judge. Do your homework too. You know what I'm saying? Like, understand what your options are. Ask your lawyer once you hire one. Hopefully you're able to. What type of programs, like youthful offender, right? First time felony, like they may have different programs in VA. They got different programs, so you definitely want to ask that. And hopefully, man, you learn from this, bro. My advice, my biggest advice is that you learn from this, because you're 19. Hopefully you don't go away for 10. I hope not. If you did, you'd be back before you're 30. The biggest advice I can ever give somebody that's doing time is learn from it, because once you're marked by the system, you're marked by the system. I'm not saying you can't stay free for the rest of your life, but you got to live different. I live differently now, and I'm not sure I would live any differently than how I'm living now by choice. But I will tell you, because I got that number on me, guess what? I live differently now. I'm not just out for fun. I'm not just here with no. And I'm 42. And I just had a kid November 3rd. But even before all this, I'm in the house. When I'm out, I'm with the wife. We go to get something to eat. We back at the house. I go to Goodwill, go get me a pair of jeans or something. I'm back in the house. Yeah, I thrift too, y'all. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out with purpose and I'm back. I'm at an event, I'm back. I'm not playing around. I'm not playing around, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all. You said you got a court appointed and you have sentencing Monday. Man, you do have the opportunity sometimes, depending. I don't want to give no legal advice. I'll just say hopefully your public defender is good. There are some good public defenders, believe it or not. A lot of bad, some good. You know, one of the things that I had to do with my public defender was fire him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but just pay attention. You know, this is your life when you're going in there, and depending upon the case, you know, and hopefully you got people that'll stand up, you know, on your side. Oh my goodness, Patrick. Yeah, it happens, man. I'm sorry, bro. He said his public defender got him 10 on the first go, man. It happens, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Any advice for a 19-year-old finna go to the pen? What state, Tuda? If you don't mind putting what state in the chat, that might be able to, I could probably answer a little bit better to that. Somebody said they gave me Keefe, that's what's up. Cali, you might have. In Cali, listen, I never did time in Cali. I did time in VA. The politics are different. Hopefully you going to a low level. I don't know, but what I'm gonna tell you is this. Get in every program you can. Try your hardest to stay out the business. Don't get in nobody's drama if you don't have to. I know it's different out there. That's why I keep saying if you don't have to. Right? Make sure you get a job. Make sure you don't go into any type of debt. You know what I'm saying? Don't borrow nothing. But it's going to be a tough situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you don't have that much time. Hopefully you're not going to, you know, up those levels. But the politics are different in Cali versus VA. I'll tell you that. We got a whole lot of people up here facing time, man. Hey, listen, this is not me. I want to be clear too, and I don't. If you're old, young, whatever it is, like I'm never trying to like. I'm not better than y'all, not worse than y'all. This all love right here. Listen, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, X. Really do, man. I need y'all, if you are in trouble or you just got, I need y'all to really learn from this. Danny, I believe, hey, listen, innocent, it happens. Innocent people end up having to go in front of a judge, unfortunately. That's why you got to fight for your freedom. But I need y'all to learn from this, man. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I really need y'all to learn from this, because there's a place where you can get caught up in a cycle so vicious that you get your time, you come home, you be like, man, I'll never again, and go right back again. So I'm telling you that now, no matter what happens, learn from it every day. Like, take a time out to remember something that you miss every day. If you go that way, hopefully you don't. But typically it's those of us that try to learn, that reflect on what was going on in our life, that we really, really do learn, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, those of us that think it's a game, it never works out good, man. The system is getting worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? The system is getting worse and worse. The jails are worse than the prisons. Rehabilitation is not, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's really nothing there. You lose your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, time is just ticking off the clock, and you just sit there and you're forced to reflect with that. And everybody that you know starts to fade away. Is real, man. If you got kids, they grow old without you, or grow older, and by the time you get back, you got to fight to get back in their life. And hopefully, I'm not gonna say hopefully, because you probably do want somebody to be present if you think about it the right way. But then at the same time, now you try. Man, I've seen so many different scenarios, man. You know, if you're young, you don't want to be like me and go in at 19 and come home at 36. Like, I thank God, like, I was able to come home, work hard, you know what I'm saying, and kind of accelerate some timelines on some things. But I had support, I had a plan, and I weren't playing. I was extremely disciplined. You understand me? Like, I weren't playing. I knew, but see, I grew up in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up in there, so I knew once I got home, I was like, man, I'm not playing around, because before I know it, I'm going to be 50, and I'm already 42 now. You understand me? Somebody said they went in at 24, came out 39. Blue, man, the link is in the bio, man, for sure. Blue 24, I appreciate that, man. Somebody said they just got off supervision. That's a blessing. That is a blessing, y'all. No, thank you, Blue 24. I appreciate it. No, that is a blessing, man. Listen, I remember when I got off supervision, probation, I was like, yo, oh my goodness. Because it's like, first you get out of jail or prison, then you get off probation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's different, bro. Dollar, I got you, man. I heard St. Bride's went all the way down, man. I heard. If y'all got questions, put them in the chat, man. This is the Stay Free Show, where we answer y'all questions about the system and more, man. Life after. I enjoy this conversation because y'all support me. You know what I'm saying? So I got to support y'all. And a lot of my people going through real things. What? I know I was this year. Man. Somebody say, how did I change my mindset? Let me tell you something. I changed my mindset because I was tired, man. Like, at the end of the day, you won't really change your mindset or where you're going to go in this life or the type of goals you want to accomplish until you're absolutely sick of it all. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I changed my mindset when I was exhausted physically from the warehouses out here, because I didn't change my mindset when I left prison yet. Like, I was shifting, but I didn't change. I changed my mindset when I was tired of what was going on in my brain mentally. I changed my mindset when things were starting to go downhill out here, and I felt like I was going to lose so much control that I could have ended up right back in a penitentiary. I didn't just come home super positive. No, I came home struggling, PTSD. The pandemic had just started. It was a whole bunch of things going on, and I was not focused. The only thing I was focused on when I first came home was getting a job. I had a wife, a house. I had a lot of things that brothers and sisters wouldn't have when they came home, and I knew that. I just wanted a job, and I thought to do things and to accomplish things in that way would give me peace. But man, I was thrown off because I'm trying to tell you, man, my mental health was so done. So at the end of the day, Lord, somebody over there, you got to lock in. You got to lock in with yourself, man. You got to be so dissatisfied with what's going on in your life that you say, you know what, I'm about to change things. And I also knew this, nobody was coming to save me. Like, nobody was coming to save me. I knew that. You know what I'm saying? I came to the realization. I really thought, you know what I'm saying, that I thought that everything was going to be okay when I came home from prison, which was part of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? But when I came home from prison, it was worse. Like, because now I had what I had. Mortgage. I had to get a job. I had probation on me. I had to pay for gas for my car. I had all these things that were going on, right? And the pressure was building up because when I was on the inside, I was shielded from a lot of what goes on in the real world. I got locked up when I was 19, so I really didn't understand what it was to hold things down in an adult way. I came home at 36 with grown man responsibilities. You married with a mortgage is different. So there was pressure, but more than if I didn't change my mindset, I don't know if I'd be able to have this conversation because I wasn't at peace. And the first thing I did to shift my mindset, I went and got mental health support. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just asked, how did I get over the PTSD and being institutionalized and going through all that? Let me tell you something, man. I got over the PTSD from when I came home from prison. The trauma that I had seen and experienced and witnessed, whatever, had impacted me so much that when I was out here, I was like walking trauma. What does that mean? I was always on edge. I was nobody you really want to be around, man. And I remember my wife used to always tell me, like, yo, you're not on the yard no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, when your wife is telling you you're not on the yard no more, that'll tell you, just envision where I was at mentally for her to have to make that statement more than once. Right? But because I didn't want to lose people around me or the support I had, and I that's one thing I never had was a selfish mindset. Like, I was very concerned about the people around me. Like, I cared about the people around me, and that was my motivation at first. I didn't want to lose my wife. I'm not saying that should be your motivation. Your motivation should be you. You should not want to lose yourself. But I'm just saying, initially, that's what it was for me. You know what I'm saying? And I went to therapy. It weren't really hitting on nothing. I had to go like 2-3 times to find the right therapist. You know what I'm saying? I went to a couple of support groups. I wasn't really feeling them. I had to keep going. Now I facilitate one every Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But it was trial and error. You know, it was cutting some people off in my circle that was feeding the PTSD, the trauma. I ain't need that no more. I'll see y'all later. And it was getting support around me and making sure I had people around me that really wanted me to heal. But it was a process too. And I had to stay committed to it. And what does that mean? That means that when I came home, probably since I've been free in 6 years, I've had more problems now than I did when I was in prison for 17 years. But life is still good. I don't want y'all to misread that. Like, I'm blessed. I'm not complaining. I'm blessed, y'all. But, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's been obstacle after obstacle, hurdle after hurdle, this, that. It's been an all-out fight, man. But because I got the help that I need, because I got the mental health support, because I'm where I'm at, I'm able to push through. Before, I used to be triggered by everything. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be committed to wanting to heal. You know what I'm saying? You got to believe that you can live a different type of life. You got to, even if you can't see it, even if you feel like you don't have nothing, you got to know that if you keep going, Charles, what's good, man? You got to know that if you keep going, eventually you're going to have something that you're going to want to hang on to. But you got to fight. What does that look like? Sometimes I ain't got the energy, man. I'm depressed. I'm down. I don't even feel like going out. Well, if you don't fight, if you don't get up and take that step, what's life going to look like 2 years from now, 5 years from now? Because the hole's going to get deeper, it's going to get heavier, and it's going to be harder to take that step, man. And listen, I get it though. But get support. Get mental health support, man. I always felt God is with me always, X. Mrs. KT, I'm glad your husband's getting out. That's what's up. Nevi, I see you, 28. Stay connected to your support system, definitely. Yep. Just be there to support him mentally and emotionally. And to my fellas, your lady is not your therapist. Sometimes people get offended when I say that, man. Stream's going good, man. I'm over here, Charles, you know what I'm saying, going in. Your lady is not your therapist, or ladies, your man is not your therapist. I know you want to be everything, but listen, more than likely, you don't know what he went through. You may not want to know everything he went through. He may never tell you everything he went through. You probably don't want to go prying and asking him about everything. And no, it ain't no crazy stuff. It's just the things that sometimes men no longer want to put energy towards, or the ladies that's coming home. And that's okay. That's why it's important to get support outside of that. How did it feel when I got released? I got a video, man. I'm the walking poster child of PTSD when I first walked out, man. I was twitching, hyper vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a serious situation. I was in VA. Somebody just asked where I was at. I was in VA. You know? It's a very serious thing, man. I am, Charles. I'm brand new. And I go every day. I try to stream go live every single day, y'all. I need y'all to know that. Every single day. Only thing I'm trying to do now is get a specific time. I'm trying to get like a time where I know, all right, this is going to be the time I need to go. You know what I'm saying? I do have it. Yep, got the Discord too, man. Y'all already know. Yes, sir. Y'all got any questions, please put them in the chat. Thoughts on I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. There wasn't one in VA. I only know from what I learned down around me, like via the internet and stuff. I don't know. My step pops was locked up in Texas in Beto unit. So he told me, well, he's passed now, but he told me some things, but all my stuff is non-direct information. But that's one of those things where it's important to note the culture is different in each state, depending on where you're at. You know, sometimes guys will be like, no, that's not how it goes. I'm like, yo, you was never locked up in VA. Like, you did your time in Washington. It's okay. We're in different states. It's a little different here and there. But I enjoy learning about all the systems. Why? Again, because I'm an advocate and I don't want people to go. Right? But also because I'm trying to go in and, like, anybody that's going into the criminal justice field, I'm trying to educate them from our lens, not just from the book. I want Miss Italian, I appreciate that. I want people to know what's really good. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Charles Play. So Miss Italian, I appreciate that. Somebody said, bro, in American jail, did they give a TV in your cell? In VA, that you were able to purchase a TV in VA. It was an all right thing. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool, y'all. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know what it is, man. Every single day I'm getting up here, I'm going live. I'm pushing myself. I'm going for it. Miss Italian, I really appreciate that. Yes, Clay, you most definitely can. Y'all message me if you're trying to connect. Link is in the bio too, man, on everything. Merch, books, all that, man. I appreciate the support. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate what y'all do. I appreciate your time. Old head, like I always say, told me that the most important thing you ever have is time. because once it's gone, you don't get it back. So I appreciate each one of y'all seconds, minutes, or however long you've been up here, because you could have been anywhere else. Hopefully, I did y'all a service. I'm going to keep getting up here answering questions. I got one favor, though, man. I need y'all to put what time I need to start going live or streaming. Just let me know suggestions. I'm thinking 7 p.m. Eastern every day. Y'all may say otherwise, man. Let me know what y'all think. I'm definitely interested in keeping this thing going. Why? Because the conversation needs to be had. Most definitely. Because this impacts one out of I don't know how many people. Most definitely. So y'all already know what it is, man. We're never glorifying. So Anthony, I appreciate it. We are never trying to water down. Not one bit. No. We are simply trying to educate so people understand. Miss Italian, I already see you. I appreciate it. You've been riding for a minute. Somebody said 7 is good. Listen. Man, Addicted, I see you, man. Hey, I got y'all. Hey, the same way y'all support me, I'm pulling up to support y'all, man. This is more than conversation. This is community, as I say. You know what I'm saying? So, the last question, New Me said, what drives you each day to just keep going outside of my family? I got a beautiful family. I'm grateful for it, man. I got my wife. I got a son we just had on November 3rd. Got 3 dogs. My mom lives with us. She's older, you know. But outside of my family, you know, God first, it's the people. I believe wholeheartedly that whatever I do, every single day, as long as I keep the people as my purpose. And what does that mean? Anybody that's been counted out, anybody that's been impacted by incarceration, addiction, anybody that's struggling with mental health, anybody that's overlooked, anybody that's stereotyped or a stigma's thrown on them, anybody that's been considered a reject or otherwise, man, anybody that's considered this or that, as long as I keep my people, because I'm one of them, in the forefront and as the purpose, as long as every time I get up here, as long as every time I do a piece of content, as long as whatever I put out here is done with the purpose of hopefully encouraging somebody to stay free or break free from something, I know I'm gonna be all right. So hopefully I answered your question, because I could go in on purpose is really important. You got to know what your why is. And for me, it's God, it's my family, and then it's the people, man. Like, before I leave this place, I want to know that I did every single thing that I could to hopefully make this world a little bit better. I'm not caught up in the, oh, it's all going down. And no, why? No, I'm with the fighters. I'm with the ones that believe in tomorrow. I want to do this for the youth, for my child, for all the babies, whatever it is, man. I'm trying to do my part, because prisons don't need to exist. The projects don't need to be dirty. Nobody ever has to do time. Violence doesn't need to occur. The list goes on, because these are decisions that we're making. So hopefully, man, going into 2026, not just myself, but a bunch of other people, man, start stepping up. There's already plenty of people, but plenty of people more, and being a voice and getting people to go the other way. Because a lot of us are caught up in the negativity and thinking that no matter what, we headed this way, and it doesn't have to be, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. My name is Christopher.